Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your monthly Earth Tribe report. This is your host, the Peace Dealer, aka Magic Mike Danielle. Welcome to Infinity Club. Of course, Infinity Club members gain access to all of the tribe reports. The Fire Tribe report is available. And happy birthday, Capricorn. This Earth Tribe report will be available for everyone, whether you're a member or not, courtesy of Capricorn. For those of you who are Infinity Club members, I have the exclusive 50% off discount code for my entire shop. I have the code there. Should be on the community tab. And yeah, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, welcome. We're going to break down the Capricorn season transits for you. And I'm also going to include some tarot, courtesy of Capricorn's birthday. All right. I'll draw a card for each sign. I'll probably draw 3 for Capricorn. And before we go in, let's draw an underlying theme and message. We do have, of course, Impulse. That's the devil card. That's Capricorn. So just like I said, this is courtesy of Capricorn. We literally have Capricorn here, the devil card, but really more talking about how we can be chained by our base desires and our capability to overcome that. Without control, we would be puppets played by our uninhibited brain, the basal ganglia. Baser impulses without reason leads to hedonism. This is the test that the devil tempts you, your material self, so that you can, through the discernment of spirit, of course, gain mastery of your own body. So the underlying theme, of course, of this Capricorn season, the final awakening, is awakening you're awakening out of being trapped in your body and then governing it as a spiritual principle, awakening your OG self. So the message we have is introspection, the high priestess, intuition, pineal gland. Obviously, your pineal glands are awakening to the next level. We don't have decalcified pineal glands out here. So we do have melatonin signals, drive, birds to migrate over mountains and seas and across continents. Where will you go on your journey? And this is going to provide deep revelation, which will reveal the key and secret to your body. Because everyone has the capability to harness the power within them. Everyone has power within themselves. An extremely few amount throughout human history have been able to unlock it. So you, like everyone, has the ability to harness power from your body, but everyone has a unique secret. Everyone's secret code to doing that is different. It's your soul name is different from everyone else's soul name, and this is going to help you establish this control so that you are not a puppet of your own brain's patterns, but you now understand through your own soul essence how to become the creator, the God, who is not controlled by their environment but co-creates through it. That was poetry. That was bars. All right, so we're gonna step right into Taurus. Okay, we're gonna get this show on the road. Taurus, sun rising, moon, progressed Taurus placements. Okay, so this definitely is going to be for you. This, whether if you don't have Taurus in your chart, then it's still a house. Even if you feel it's intercepted, you can go by the whole sign system. What house is Taurus in your chart? This will play out for you. This is also your body. So these are your natural values and your individual physical self and values. Your physical being is more of the social expression and integration through Virgo, the perspective. But yes, this is the earth element of the body with the earth sign, the grounded solid Taurus, the producer that took Aries grapes, turned it into fine wine. So we do have, of course, fertility, Venus, the ruler of Taurus. Taurus, the underlying theme for you is during this 9th house transit, seeing the blossom of your beauty and your abundance which you, of course, nurture. And now you are seeing all that you have to offer and be fruitful for. Pituitary gland, hanging like an overripe fruit. Signals from this gland are carried to the farthest shore of the body, invoking heat, hunger, and desire. And your message is awakening. 20. This is the judgment card, convergence. Corpus callosum, like a butterfly needs both wings to fly freely. We need both sides of the brain. The corpus callosum interfaces the two cerebral hemispheres. And in connecting the facets of your brain together, this unlocks awakening to your true higher purpose as you see your gifts quite literally blossom. So, Taurus, let's talk about it, because this Capricorn season is going to be the final stage harvest of the breakthrough you personally kicked in November during Scorpio season, where we have to remember Jupiter, Zeus is in your sign, Uranus is in your sign. All right, Zeus's grandfather, according to Greco-Roman myth. This is the evolution and innovation of you, the genius you're expressing through carrying this principle of revolution and being able to, if we're going to use the vocabulary, induce the mechanic of your natural manifestation as a producer instantly, drawing on extra dimensional energy, which is unseen, to enhance the quality of what you produce, which, because Uranus is a frequency, is imbuing your aura into what audios you create, because you manifest Gemini, the word. So this is in an opportunity to evolve with Jupiter, the fixed natural quality of how richer, because you're the Midas touch, how much richer your energy is. And I want to highlight the supernatural quality of, for example, it's Tauruses that are engineering these healing frequencies. It's the principle of Taurus that's engineering the grounded quality of this technology that's able to now, with Jupiter, enhance how much stronger we can use it with innovating how much less energy is necessary. If you think the innovation of like microchip, and how one microchip can like function for a lot versus a huge computer, Taurus does bring us through that micro, which is a stark contrast of Aquarius, collective universal humanitarianism, which is the macro of the stars in space and the whole universe. Pluto getting ready to go through there is this awakening for you. That's awakening your legacy of how you're ready to really take this through. 2021 to 2023 was where you pretty much fixed this legacy and maintained authority through the tests to actually achieve this success over what you know. And let's even talk about the zodiac signs of this. Taurus is manifestation. It is the natural quality of not creation. Sagittarius is creation. Sagittarius and Taurus get confused a lot because Sagittarius is the visual. It's a perception. It's a magic. It's a mutable sign. Taurus is a quality. It's an energy. Technically, there's no such thing as Sagittarius energy. It's a perspective. Second house Sag could be Sag energy, right? But like Taurus is an energy. It's the natural energy your body produces with the electricity running through you that you ground. It's the natural energy out in nature. It's the nature energy that Naruto and sages use to channel sage chakra. Then you have cosmic energy, energy that is in the essence of the universe, the cosmos. Leo, solar energy. Then you have pure energy, right? Nuclear energy, hidden, rare, occult energy that is probably underneath the earth, Scorpio. And Taurus is the natural energy that represents you as an individual. This is the revolution we're coming into, to where corporations are going to have to really expose how they've been lying to you, making you think that you need to pay them for any energy sources, or the whole concept of pulling energy together. You produce natural energy to heal, to enhance your intent, to do anything you want outside of the limitations imaginary that were placed on you to, of course, nerf you. You're breaking out of the devil's trap, the devil which runs this world, Saturn, Satan, the limits that, of course, if we look at trans-Saturnian planets, Chiron, which is the dwarf star or asteroid, Chiron, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, this represents the non-physical, non-material aspect of yourself that accounts for the 1% plus to 99% of the electromagnetic spectrum that you can't even see, but still exists because you are not you're not human. You're not just physical. That's your physicality accounts for an infinitesimal percentage of who you are. But if we can lie to you and say that that's all you are, then you're going to pay us taxes. Then you're going to literally give us your soul as an energy battery through your physical body to run this hamster wheel with. But Uranus and Taurus is like bullshit. You are the energy, you are the source, and this is where you're still in this world, right? You can still, give your energy for a job, but now you have so much more value that you are putting into yourself and knowing how much more worth it you are, to where you're not dependent on these things. This is why Pluto and Capricorn is now bringing the end of these structures, similar to the serfs and the people in the 1700s who the monarchs were doing the same thing to. And then what did they do to the monarchs? They revolted against the monarchs, just like people all around the world are going to revolt against corporations and the government. It's a repeat of history. And we ain't no bitches. We ride at dawn. All right. So beautiful. Taurus, you have embodied this principle. May of 2024, Jupiter is going to go into your second house, and it's going to expand how much more money you can actually increase in your finances to prepare for 2026, which will automate your income ridiculously. Taurus, you are becoming your own bank. You are also a banking structure for which others can trust and invest their money in. And we have to really look at all these concepts, because it was May of 2023 where you really sowed those seeds, and that started a harvest November. December is where you now changed the transformational effects of seeing this harvest. So of course you actually established harvest, and now the effects of seeing this harvest literally transform your finances was last month. And so this is the final stage where you direct where you take that change. Ninth house of sight, vision, God, comedy, showing you the irony of how much more success you gained working way less hours versus before you gave unnecessary hours to other people for them to give you quite literally chicken change, fake fiat money and currency. That ain't worth shit. Okay. You are determining this value, and you are going to be ahead of the curve for a minute, despite how slow your vibration is. Taurus is really accomplishing the art of being slow and yet still quicker than everyone. It's like, yeah, they're moving slow, but they're moving with like steps way ahead of you. So they don't have to move as fast at all. And Capricorn is going to establish the philosophical approach that will awaken a whole new, forget religion, legacy. This is going to apply everything you have learned and taught, to which will be what you spread to humanitarian, to not just humanitarianism, but your legacy, the knowledge of your legacy. And that's what brings us to Aquarius season, because Aquarius is going to be the 10th house completion arc for you, which is going to now set apart the knowledge of what success means to you now that you've harvested all this. So you want to enjoy the harvest of everything you've been doing over the past 3 months that will establish. You have the nodes in your sign in May. Now that it's in your 12th house, it is releasing, of course, an old model of your belief in yourself, because you were a boss. Now you're like this ultra super boss. Some of you going through this like really meta like villain arc, where it's like you're breaking the fourth and fifth wall, and it's in all intents is weird, but it's actually genius. And stupid people are calling you crazy, because stupid people call crazy people genius people crazy people. So this is where personally, okay, you're unlocking with the South Node in Libra the lifestyle that you used to hold with others, so that this can establish a new individual path, so you can integrate a new balanced lifestyle with others. Everything that you held in integrity and how you balance your lifestyle with others is what you are releasing and unlocking so that you can really establish the new beliefs of self that account for the fact that you're not the boss you were before. You were always a boss, but you are not the boss you were before. You are like a meta boss. All right. It's like this physical world wasn't enough for you to sink your expertise in. Now you have to own the digital world. And you're already ahead of the fucking curve. Like where what you've achieved right now, Taurus, people 5-10 years from now will finally catch up to you, which is wild because you move the slowest. So you would think you're the one. So it looks like you're catching up to other people, but people are going to realize, no, they're catching up. All right. So that's the first basis of Capricorn. Mars, Mercury, Venus will now apply this effect that you've been processing mentally and taking action off of and direct it very powerfully with organization. This is helping you overcome prejudice from those who, from the outside looking in, think they know anything, talk less of think they know anything about you. And you have been able to maintain this quality of value to quite literally dead all the bullshit. So this is what's going to bring into a crystallized reality the integrity of your philosophy through the actions that quite literally harvest all that you're worth. This is where you're going to be showing people, yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Yeah. Yeah. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Quite literally. Quite literally. It's going to be amazing. And that's what, based on this harvest, you complete and know this is the success I came into. You start to divvy it up in Pisces with your dream team. Quite literally. Then boom, secret mission in March. And then you come into the most epic Sun, Jupiter, Uranus, Taurus, new moon. Your rollout, Taurus, is legendary. So like, congrats. The hard part was May of 2023. This is going to bring it around and in for you. Okay. Very, very, very supernaturally. And you want to think of this as the last stage there before you complete and then reinitiate. And yeah, I mean, at that point, it's whatever you put in, that's what you get out. But we wanted to really speak about those main facets. Now, the last thing I want to really speak on for you is, of course, Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, because that puts you in a position to realistically account for the dream team that is bringing all of your wishes around you through the people who you're meant to connect with. The North Node will eventually complete this transit mid 2025, which is going to put you at a point where you have all of the rewards from the work you've done with all the most legendary people who are moving and shaking around you. And so Saturn is weeding out the fakes in your dream team. Saturn is weeding out people who aren't even really a part of your dream team. Maybe it was a mutual of a mutual. Maybe it was a mutual friend that introduced you to someone, and like they're a weak link. All the weak links in your circle are getting weeded out. And this is going to account for the sense of isolation that you have to go through because you're coming into a mean launch. I've been studying astrology for 10 years. Okay. So like, I don't like to do this whole, the 5 signs that are going to win 2024. It's bullshit. But you can account for patterns, and subjectively, you can account for like the top 5 zodiac signs that have amazing launches. Very subjective, but Taurus, you are one of those ones. And what I'm talking about is relative to this year, right? Who has the best first house launch? We know that Aquarius is top 5 this year. They're going to have the Pluto and Aquarius in their first house rising. Capricorn, you're going to have it at the end. We have Pisces. Pisces is top 3. Pisces is going to have Saturn and Neptune on their rising. So March is going to be ridiculous for them. And you can apply this for career too. Like that's Gemini's 10th house. So Leo is top 3 for career with Taurus in their 10th house. Gemini is top 3 for career with Pisces in their 10th house. And so Taurus, you're top 3. I personally, I'm biased. I'm going to personally say you're number 1, but I have a Taurus rising. So we can say Pisces is number 1. Really, Aries is number 1 because Aries is always the one. And Aries has the North Node and Chiron. So Aries to me is number one. But you could say Pisces. It's subjective. It's really not in any order. Really, the order is Pisces, Aries, Taurus. But like, yeah, this is it. You guys are going to be instrumental in turning the wheel before the rest of the zodiac begins to integrate. Like once we start to get to the Leos, the Virgos, and of course the Scorpios and the Libras, they're taking what we've activated and they're integrating a new society where people are openly talking about their psychic abilities and it's not demonized by science. Like everyone has a role in this. And of course, the Sages and the Capricorns will travel the world to spread this towards everywhere collectively before, the next age, we do this all over again in a certain way. All right. So with that being said, okay, you're experiencing your dreams coming true. And what's really key here is to make sure that the place you belong, the place you believe you belong, with who you believe you belong, really aligns with your belief in yourself and what moves forward the dream so that you can really establish the dream team. A lot of the direction of your philosophical approach relative to the full and new moons, which will activate this awakening and final boss, will complete since 2008 the full-on transformation of your philosophy. I can account for this as a Taurus rising. 2008, I was a Christian who believed in a lot of the dogmatic followings, versus now in 2023, like it's completely awakened. Like the true meaning behind what I thought I believed has been completely revealed. Like if this was a timeline thing, it has completely changed the timeline of if I believed or stay believe that. So I know I'm not the only one. You can see this in many Taurus suns and risings. So this is also going to represent how you indirectly or directly teach transformation and the occult and awaken others with what they've seen you accomplish with your philosophy, bringing into, of course, your legacy. All right, so we're going to do Virgo next. Virgo, shout out to you. We have to talk about how the entire world is conspiring against you and how you've pretty much been a straight up ninja and just been blocking all the kunai knives that an entire ninja army has been throwing at you. I don't know how the fuck you're doing it. You've clearly been training. This is literally superhuman. But then again, you are real magic. So who knows? Diddy has a Virgo moon. He didn't start getting jumped until Saturn went opposite the moon. And that's why I'm telling you guys, you have to track Saturn. When Saturn was in Leo, Young Dolph died. Tory Lanez got locked up. Young Thug got locked up. Teddy Ray died. Joe Rogan almost got canceled. Leo, Trump got arrested like by the same district attorney. Saturn is the system. It's also controlled opposition, and oppositions are open enemies. So now as soon as it's gone into Virgo, Sneeko couldn't escape it. Joe Budden got seemingly est on by whatever. I'm not going to say that. And now even Virgo moons like Diddy. Cassie got put in the spotlight. She's a Virgo sun. And Libra, once this goes into Aries 2025, you're next up on the chopping block. Every sign gets it every 2.5 years. So this is, of course, a point of strengthening your character through adversity. Even the every beef that I ever had online happened while Saturn was opposite my sign, when people started levying these false accusations of shit I didn't do, and I had to let them know, bitch, I'm nice with the sword. And I came out much stronger. People got to see, oh wow, this is how you act under adversity, and they got to know I got the one hit KO with the sword, and nobody's gonna fuck with me like that because I keep it G and I stay true. And this is going to, of course, test you, Virgo, through other people. It feels worse for the moons because at least with the suns you can see it happen. With the Virgo moons, it's subliminal, and like people won't know how you're getting shade thrown at you, how things are happening beneath the surface. For example, people may not know what, like, we know Diddy, we don't know, but like Diddy doing what he did is not inexcusable, and this is literally the karma of his past catching up to him. Personal thoughts, I don't know Diddy, so like Do I think he's a bad, evil person now? I don't fucking know. I just have stories of what I've heard. What I see is someone's past catching up to them. And Saturn is forcing them to like have to deal with it. But now when you peel the layer underneath, he also did sue a company and a corporation. All of this happened after he sued a corporation. And that's where with the moon, you start to highlight unseen behind the scenes mechanics that on the surface will look like something. And now, of course, this is his karma that he's coming back to deal with. But you have to take the context of everything beneath everything you see on the surface. So I have to use him as an example because this is what Virgo rising, moon, sun placements will have to deal with. Virgo rising, Saturn is preparing you for marriage. It's preparing you for committed partnerships, business partnerships. So, just be very mindful of that because the Saturn opposition is hitting you with the delusions of an entire collective who are running off of just beliefs to make up shit about you. And Virgo has to literally bring the receipts, half truth here, half truth there. Pisces, for what it is, opposite of Virgo is imagination. So you need to align it with the facts. And in some cases, it's factual. In maybe more than most cases, it's outright delusion. And Saturn, in its negative, sinister quality, organizes these attacks against you. All right. Which in an evil sense is like the devil coming for you. And this is your 2-year trial. And Godspeed. For those of you who have integrity, you're going to make it through. For those of you who maybe you don't have integrity, you're going to get ruined by this. And that's basically it. It's not like it's too late. You just have to basically have integrity through this. All right. So this is going to test you through your relationships. And what this represents is the period where Jupiter and Saturn evolved and mastered your personality from Virgo in 2008 for Saturn and in 2016 for Jupiter, which you've matured. Virgo, congratulations, because 2024 post May, it's career explosion. You're getting ready to complete the 270-degree angle journey of Jupiter to evolve your legacy. This is taking what you evolved 2016 and it's harvested it from 2022 now to 2024 and 5. So this is going to really bring you the effects of what you have really painstakingly served. And it sucks, Virgo, because you had to clean up the mess for everybody. And now they're turning on you. Like you weren't giving people receipts all day to challenge their beliefs and perspectives. Even us at Gemini land, which we're going to, of course, apply air sign bias towards you because we don't really give a fuck about reality like that. But we know that you do, because if you don't, no one else will. Wow, that's so fucked up. All right. So we do have, of course, patience, something you're going to need loads more of. This is the Temperance card. This is you applying alchemy and this sense of moderation, the circadian rhythm. Our biorhythms are controlled by the super chiasmatic nucleus, supra chiasmatic nucleus, with the rise and ebb of different hormones and genes. The clocks in our bodies tick. And the underlying theme of this Capricorn season, which is your 5th house of creativity and childbirth and children and undergraduate education and talents, is putting you in a position to master your lifestyle, because Aquarius is your affinity. The 6th house is the house of Virgo. So what makes Virgo the master archetype is that your affinity, Aquarius, represents your advanced lifestyle hacks that you're able to apply into your life. 6th house Aquarius means that the time it takes for you to do a routine is advanced and much more innovative than the average time it will take someone to perfect a routine. So you pimp other people's lifestyles out. That's what it means to have the 6th house in Aquarius. And that's what it means for Saturn to have finished in Aquarius since 93. The last time it was there, 2020. I know my shit. I fucking know my shit. Sorry, 2021 to 2023, which means, what does that look like? Well, now that Saturn has finished its karma through your 6th house, an alien can abduct you, put you halfway across the country with no money, and in less than 2 weeks, you already have a sustainable living, based off of your genius on how to actually do so, which is wild. That's not normal. That's not even the most resourceful person should have some difficulty being able to make a living with no resources. So y'all are clearly not normal. You're clearly some kind of like magic hybrid. And that's what people don't understand about Virgo. They are the masters. You are knowledgeable in how to provide knowledge in others' behaviors collectively, and how you tie in that collective understanding physically too. So everything that you decide this Capricorn season to, of course, organize around your creativity, you're going to integrate next month as the knowledge of how to establish this incredible creativity into this advanced lifestyle routine. Boom. Okay. The reason why I'm saying that is I love to talk about the difference between Virgo's fifth house and Aries' fifth house. Virgo applies a different principle to creativity and fun than any other sign. Okay. This is why they do this shit that pisses me the fuck off, where it's like, you know what I'm saying? They're going to record the best like riff ever. And you're listening to that shit like, oh my gosh, this is perfection. And they're like, no, I don't like it. We're going to do it again. And it's like, what? No, I just heard something. And it's like, what? Am I inferior to you? Do I just like basic shit? And after like 56 times, they get their perfect take. And that's because Virgo does not do fun like a child does fun. Aries has Leo in their fifth house. When it comes to what they do creatively, they want to have fun. Like if they're a musician, the moment it turns into work, it's not fun anymore. They're not going to do it. It has to be fun for Aries. When they're competitive as fuck and they want to win, but it has to be fun. It's based on their pride. It's a source of creativity. Virgo's not trying to have fun. The way Virgo has fun is when they get to work on what they love to do. They're going to work it like a job. So like Virgo isn't prioritized with having fun. When Aries works on a creative project, it has to come from a source of fun. When Virgo works on a creative project, it comes with this sense and need of perfection and greatness. Is what I'm working on the fucking greatest thing I've ever produced? Because if it's not, I'm going to stress myself out about it. And I'm going to spend literal hours working on this shit as a hermit until I'm fucking gray and I'm malnourished because I didn't eat right, because this shit has to be the greatest shit ever. Otherwise, I would be embarrassed. So you see how finicky these motherfuckers are? Look, I swear to God, like once you get to Virgo and Libra and Scorpio, these motherfuckers are like, my art is a lot more finicky. Like, I know what I'm doing. Like, I'm classy art. You guys are like average. You guys are mediocre. Like, we put work in art. You can't, they're the most snobby motherfuckers ever in life. By the time you get to Capricorn, like, oh, you guys are peasants. Like, I wouldn't know. I'm a savage. I got the Aries, the Gemini, I got the kid shit. We can just make about like, smack your ass, smack your ass, make that shit go gold and platinum. And then here go these hating ass Virgos and Libras like, that's not even art for real. That's not even art for real. And whatever, hater. But see, it's not, see, people be thinking Virgos hating, and they are, but they're not really. It's not really hate. Virgo is the axis of criticism, because they understand the work that's required to actually create greatness, only to see all these mediocre average fucks acting like their shit is even close to the work they put in for you to just copy and paste some bullshit and get more views than them. This is why they come off as salty as fuck. You motherfuckers need to stop being salty as fuck, but we understand. We get where you're coming. We get a little bit of where you're coming. I don't have Virgo in my chart. That's why I can walk out looking ashier than the motherfucker. Virgo would never. Virgo, even if Virgo was, because Virgo's the realest, even if Virgo is ashy, they still look classy. I don't understand that. I'm Mr. Crusty Dusty, so I don't really get that shit. Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, they're not doing it. They know people are watching them. You feel me? And They're gonna act like they don't care, but they care. So here's the thing. So there's this element of greatness that Virgo has to put in, and this is everything this Capricorn season is going to establish once again. Okay, you do this every year, but with Pluto since 2008, this has been groundbreaking, your magnum opus. Fifth house is self-employment. If you want proof of this, Joe Budden is living proof. 2008 to 2023, if you take his whole arc as a podcaster, where he had to grind that versus now at the very end, he's made a living off of it. And this is a really important example because people want to frame that in the context of a failed music career when it's anything but. It's the success of his music career that has allowed him to gain success as a podcaster. And he says things on his podcast I don't really agree with 100%, and then reluctantly have to admit later he was right about. But like, I just need to allow you guys to know Virgo, just like Gemini will tell the truth people don't want to hear, so they want to cancel Trump and Kanye, Virgo is going to share the criticism that will make people angry. Virgo is going to share that real criticism that had the Congress watching Sneeko. Virgo is going to share that on-point criticism that's going to have Drake type a paragraph about how y'all motherfuckers just have a modest house. And now I was reading that shit like, damn, my nigga, I don't even have a modest house. You didn't even give me the opportunity to read this post in a modest house and be like, fuck you. My bum ass doesn't even have a modest house. See how Scorpio just be sending strays to everyone. We didn't even get to Scorpio yet. Scorpio is a monster. Scorpio is a supervillain. Everyone gets shade and strays. And then that's the thing. Like, you have to be able to adjust. But like, yes. So like Virgo will just intentionally just piss people off and set them off on their own villain eras just because they shared an honest crit. And the thing with Virgo is it's an extension of Cancer. So like Virgo is not going to go in on you if they don't care. Like, they're literally going in on you because they want to help you. And what does that look like? You're fucking trash. This was fucking trash. I don't know what the fuck you thought this was, but see, you think that that's hating. And like, if they didn't care about you, if they weren't a fan, if they didn't like you, they would not go in like that. They would just be like, oh, that shit was whatever. But like, but see, you want the criticism. Dave Chappelle been getting attacked too. Dave Chappelle didn't even say anything offensive. He just said a little bit of truth about, oh, you're anti-Semitic. Oh, you're wrong. So like, Virgo wasn't even allowed to Virgo. And no one likes it when Virgos. Okay, I thought I was looking fly as fuck when I stepped out my closet. I thought the way I matched my shirt and my hat was the shit. Until Virgo saw it and was just like, I know you're not about to walk out the house with that. And then I had to get in a 5-minute argument with Virgo. And then Virgo painstakingly had to pull receipts. No one likes when Virgos. But see, because of Virgo, now when I leave the house, I'm not going to be getting clowned. Now, even though I didn't want to listen to Virgo, I had to accept it. Nobody likes it when Virgos, but Virgo needs to Virgo for the sake of Virgo. We are in Virgo's dimension, by the way. So we're being the most disrespectful guests ever, trashing Virgo's dimension. And then when Virgo's in their own dimension, we're like, oh, you're just a hater. If we cannot allow Virgo to Virgo, then I'm going to leave the house look crazy as fuck. And then be wondering, oh, how come you didn't tell me anything? Everyone's making fun of me. So like, this is the consequence when we're not allowed to be honest. The moment honesty is dead, hip hop is done. Everything is done. We're gonna have just biased reviews because no one wants to be fucking really honest and say it the way it is. You think I fucking like when Virgos? To be honest, we need Virgos. Do you think I don't like? You think I like that shit? Brush your beard. Turn that Negro off. You think I like it when Virgos? But it's necessary. I don't always agree with it, but it is what it is. All right, this is Kobe Bryant talking about the job isn't done, bitch, and you're weak. You think you like hearing that, but you need somebody to administer that shot, and it's going to pinch and hurt a bit, but that's it. I know, that's why I couldn't get mad. I was like, to their defense, I did need to brush it. I could have brushed it. I don't give a fuck about that, but they were not wrong for pointing that out. In fact, I was mad until I looked at their chart. I was like, who the fuck do these niggas think they are telling me to brush my beard? I looked at their chart. I saw they were Virgo. I was like, oh. And then I apologized. I was like, sorry, Virgo. I should have known better. Let me go get my brush. That's why I made the video. I was like, okay, no, they're not just hating. They were hating, but they weren't just hating. So I couldn't be mad. It is what it is. Anyway, Capricorn, you feel me, is directing this creativity. You activated. We're going to integrate since September. And this is going to, of course, like I said, direct where you're going to integrate it through Aquarius. And now we have to look at this evolution and innovation of your philosophy. Stariari is an amazing example, who is a Virgo rising Sag sun. And of course, the 9th house of higher education, she just finished her master's course and degree and her PhD. Congrats. So that's an example of how she is innovating her ability, probably even doing this online. She served in the military as well. But as a teacher, she initiated us in Toltec shamanism. Uranus accounts, Taurus is shamanism. Uranus accounts for, let's just say, the unique, unconventional quality of this. And this represents how Virgos have been bringing people back to the earth, have been teaching people financial hacks, have been teaching people how to connect with the ground, how to work with herbs, how to work with natural resources. And it's left vague like this because this can literally apply to anything that applies to. But these are just key words to give you an archetype of how this doesn't have to play out, but will most certainly and most likely play out as. And all of this is preparing to push forward into your career house. And not only have you now transformed your whole lifestyle around the update of technology to account for your mastery, but to now take everything you have mastered physically and express socially to connect your world collectively with others. All right, got that out the way. The North Node in your 8th house is taking your social value so that you could show up as a gangster and smack the shit out of people who are trying to take your kindness for weakness. And Virgo, that's another thing. Virgo is kindness. And I've always wanted to understand what that 8th house in Virgo is, because every zodiac sign will lean towards a certain quadrant or not. And relative to what quadrant you lean towards, Chiron in the 8th has been breaking through how much more assertively you can express your desires towards others and to enforce the classic social balanced value that you hook up with other people. Let's talk about it. Libra takes people to the top. Well, what Virgo does is that they bridge relationships with the right people. The way Virgos make money, 2nd house Libra, is to build connections, because relationships are the key to success in any industry. And so the way Virgos come into money is by establishing partnerships with people. Is it limited to that? No, but this is what you will see, especially with Virgo rising archetypes and how Virgos are aware they do this. Then what does this give them? This gives them social value. Okay, for example, if I somehow had the luxury of doing business with Beyonce, Beyonce would know exactly who I should connect with because she's already established these connections, versus being able to build this as a social being and someone who really deals with these social issues. That's the whole Virgo axis, which leads into Libra of activism. So those of you born in the 80s and the late 70s with Pluto Libra, you're here to awaken and kind of destroy the old social order. Pluto Scorpio, you too, and then before Pluto Sag. So with that being, you'd be part of the Illuminati. Oh my gosh. I didn't know if she was Virgo rising, that'd be wild. Okay, that's interesting. So, relative to that, this is beautiful because the South Node has been unlocking the value you've built into your connections and how on the fly. Once again, we can drop you anywhere in the earth. You would instantly make good in the streets with the people you're around and build connections with them because you're the master. You have certain techniques and abilities and skills that are good anywhere you go. Okay. And that says a lot about you. All right. The mastery of certain skills you have specialized in and have established, whether there's a variety or one that you focus on more than others. So, yeah, that's very important because a whole lot of Saturn and Neptune that is now strengthening the quality of your partnerships with others through these tests is also accounting for a common, not common at all, but an uncommon phenomenon that only Virgo is going through. This is where, when it comes to the craziest ops, Virgo is number one. I believe Scorpio is number two. Scorpio has Uranus in their seventh and now Jupiter. So this is just bringing random shit out of nowhere that could bring unexpected wealth or just open enemies out of nowhere who want your money. Okay. Like Diddy, unexpected enemies out of nowhere who want your money. Oh shit, that's crazy. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, who want money? Oh my God. Okay. So like basically the Saturn opposition is the Reaper, but the Reaper is hiding behind the curtain. So people don't understand that Virgo's ops are invisible. Virgos are fighting ghosts. We can look at this like the virtual element of the internet where you don't really know who is behind that computer screen. But we also want to look at this as metaphysically. Virgos are having to apply the analysis of everything with their psychic abilities they can account for is real, so they can sense that greater half of the 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum that they have to sense through belief, and not just emotion, but imagination. Your imaginations of other people are affirming your analysis, what you believe other people to be and what they're showing you to be, based off of what you have been able to, of course, make real. Virgos don't believe in ghosts. They make ghosts out of people. So this is what's going to challenge them even further, because your analysis scientifically might accidentally prove the existence of ghosts. And that's what's making real this axis. For example, you're going to be more situations where it's like, that only you had access to your room. And so you come back to your room and you see that the 5 pennies on your desk, one of those pennies have been shifted 5 centimeters. You're that archetype. So you're going to walk in and you'd be like, I don't believe in ghosts. But considering the fact that one of my 5 pennies shifted 5 centimeters to the right and nobody came into this room, like, that's Virgo. They can account for all the details of what can really happen. The analysis, they can only interpret, wow, there has to be a metaphysical entity that shifted this here. And that's just an extreme example. This is where it's not that they believe in it blindly, like, say, Pisces, their opposite sign, but it's where their own analysis is drawing these conclusions for them. This is what's going to extend the next decade forward for you, applying these discoveries to other people. And this is what, if anything, is going to turn into believers. Many skeptics that we've had for the past years, they're not going to really be believers. They're not believing any of this. They're just applying their analysis, which is going to probably have them become knowers, if anything, in this new age of Aquarius of knowledge. So yeah, there's analysis, but Sagittarius is interpretation. And Mercury and Mars and Venus that's moving forward out of this hidden interpretation into Capricorn is going to apply this hidden meaning, which is why Virgo is the critic. A critic unveils hidden meaning. Well, Sagittarius is meaning, and 4th house is hidden. Virgo, the critic, has 4th house Sagittarius, hidden meaning. So you are the analysis, and then within you interpret the meaning of those facts. And that's what applies this belief towards other people. And then what do you broadcast to the collective? Your individual truth of what you think it all means it is. Hence, someone's going to watch a movie, but then the critic is going to watch it and unveil the hidden meaning behind the sequence of the scenes and give you their expert opinion of why they think the movie is trash or why they think it is a masterpiece, or everywhere in between. Scorpio is an application of this principle to where Scorpio is the harsh critic. Virgo is the critic. Libra is like the fair critic. That's good. Virgo is not going to have any bias. They're going to just give it to you real. Libra is going to be fair. Okay. They're not going to be biased on either side. They're going to give you, maybe sugarcoat a little bit. Scorpio is the purist, the pure hater. Like they're going to have a much more intense specialization and extreme focus towards a talent, thus giving them so much deeper wisdom because they are wisdom, but they're also going to be a lot more harsh on their criticism and not pull anything back. So that's kind of that axis right there. And Virgo, relative to this opposition, is going to, of course, have you push this through. And see, some people are starting to awaken. If the devil is in the details, then Virgo may be the devil. Because what is in the heart of the details? That's fifth house Capricorn, right? The devil is the fifth house of the details of Virgo. Now, is Virgo the devil? They're going to tell you it's the Virgin, the mother of Christ. So the one zodiac sign isn't, right? But that's interesting, right? That's thinking like a Satanist empirically. You feel me? Like it's just something about the earth axis that really intrigues me. But yeah, with that being said, okay, the Virgo sun progresses in its fall into Libra, the Lucifer arc, also very interesting. But yeah, other than that, the Virgin, which is like a mystic or a magician, and then Virgo, right? This puts you in the position to move forward. Now, this is interesting. People will say Neville Goddard says that your imagination is God. Neville Goddard was born a Pisces. So I think this is Pisces bias personally. But like Neville Goddard will say your imagination is God and imagination is Pisces. Some people will say Sagittarius is God. Sagittarius is the principal light of creation, the creator. And what actually is the case is God is transcendent and immanent. So God, once you say God is, you're putting it in a box. God just is. That's it. Once you say God is, right? So Sagittarius through Pisces represent the level of God, right? The God level universal quality of the vision that expresses itself forward. Because remember, the zodiac signs are not separate. Like Capricorn is a manifestation of Sag, Aquarius is a manifestation of Cap, Pisces is a manifestation of course Aqua, and of course the fire Zeus element is Sag as God, the king of Olympus that asserts its dictatorial authority, right? So it's very, very important because this is what enables you to see the body of God through the zodiac, the heart of God, Leo, the eye of God, Sagittarius, the mind of God, Aquarius, the imagination and dream of God, Pisces, the integrity of God, Capricorn, the word of God, Gemini, the body of God, Taurus, the spirit of God, Aries. See where I'm going with this? Boom. The soul of God, Cancer, the purity of God, the wisdom of God, Scorpio. And this is where you see, just like the Trinity, all of these things are God, right? The Son is God, the Father is God, the Holy Spirit is God. All right. So it's even beyond all that, but it's important to see where at that peak, where we come into this universal expression, Sag, Cap, Aqua, Pisces. This is the arc with which Virgo experiences it. Okay. And I need you to kind of highlight that this is how Sagittarius, this is literally how Andrew Tate feels about everyone else as the top G, the ninth house exaltation at the top. Like, oh, y'all are some bitches. Y'all just wish you were me for real. Everyone thinks they get a trophy, blah, blah, blah. And we kind of have to give this to Sag because Sag represents that ascension into victory. And then you come into the elites. See, Sag is not elite, though. That's what Sag don't understand. Sag becomes elite. All right. Capricorn is elite. All right. Aquarius is elite. All right. Pisces is elite. Sagittarius was just the winner of the competition. And yeah, now you can become elite, but you had to win the competition first, Bill. You had to win first. You were already elite. Okay, that's how Cap feels about Sag. Cap, Aqua, Pisces, like, look at Sag, just all Look at Sag trying to be like, oh, it's cool. I feel Sag is the elite four. Sag is they just the winner. They ain't no judge. They ain't no judge. You weren't Simon Cowell. All right, no. All I hear is winner. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's touche. Touche. Oh shit. Yeah, and then of course Sag becomes the elite later, where I was the former winner of this competition. But they had to, just like Jay-Z had to become the GOAT, and now he sold like a platinum before he dropped the album, which is cheating to me. But like, hey, when you got it like that, you could do that. Boom. It is what it is. Okay, maybe it's not cheating. All right, so Virgo, congratulations. Okay, whatever, Sag. Whatever, Sag, because you can basically fart and do whatever the fuck you want, but let Gemini say anything, and then so my bad. I'm not even gonna be a victim. I'm not even gonna be a victim. I'm not even playing victim. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Your best friend is Libra. See, Sagittarius talk shit because they best friend in 11th house is Libra. So like the referee is Libra. They ain't ever gonna get anything called on them. They'll never get anything called on them ever. Imagine your op is best friends with the referee. So every time you play a game against them, the referee never calls shit on them. And then they call on all sorts of ludicrous stuff for us. Like, no, this game is totally not rigged. This game is totally not fake. That's why they look lucky. That's why they look lucky. Or is life just rigging the shit for them? It is what it is. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Meanwhile, Aries and Gemini got to get it out the mud. Aries and Gemini got to get it out the mud. Shout out to Team Taurus, baby. Shout out to Team Taurus, baby. All right. All right, Anthony, you know what's up. You know what's up. The sacrifices had to be made from a Scorpio. All right, so next we're going to step into Capricorn. Capricorn, you're no longer, this is the last year you have to feel like you're dying. Congratulations. Congratulations. Capricorn in your network. You have 100,000% broken through 2021 to 2023 your wealth. I think that's very important to establish. Capricorn, you are affecting, as the GOAT, this reality warping protocol. Everyone is coming into reality warping. Like Cancer, your opposite sign, is coming through their 9th house philosophy and beliefs, the power of belief. Capricorn, you are engineering and imagining this power of belief through your attitude. It doesn't have to be what you believe. It's everything you're thinking every day. The world you are imagining moment to moment is what you are creating. And this presents an issue over the next 2.5 years because you are being pushed to have integrity over every single one of your moods. You have no pressure, but like if you have a negative attitude, it's going to create a negative experience, and not necessarily in an indirect way where it's like that'll be, but like as you are doing it, it is happening because you're the GOAT. You are now embodying this God power, the height of power, especially for the suns and for the risings. Capricorn moons, we're playing vessel, so we hold in this power and understand this power. But what's really key here is relative to this awakening. Okay, Saturn has established a lifelong quality of wealth for you. This is billionaire energy. The quality of Capricorn is their network. Their network is their net worth. Capricorn is the only sign with celestial value. They have knowledge. Okay. So Taurus has the gems. Taurus has mad gems, individual gems. They make money by one-on-one counseling. It doesn't be counseling, but the insight they have individually, it's magic. They actually have magic. They can just, I'm Taurus rising. I've done this, right? The people pay me so that I could talk to them. That's individually though. Then Virgo is social. They have social value. They have a superpower. Their social value is a superpower because Libra is a super sign. It's a power. It's a superpower, a super social power to manifest and build partnerships just like that. It's a power. It's a power. It's a power. They have class. Libra is classy. Okay. So whereas Gemini might be limited one-on-one, Virgo can manifest social partnerships that allow in a market setting for multiple individuals to add to their value instead of just having to do one-on-one. And it's not like each sign is limited, but this is just the model. Then Capricorn is the God level of this, where they have knowledge, or the humanitarian Aquarius network. Think MLM, multi-level marketing. Think of, and that's why Capricorns are so good at MLMs, but also think the corporate ladder, where now they command corporations, or they're having to deal with a whole network of people. This is now writing a blog post and people from all over the world being able to add value to it. Different levels. Okay. So Saturn expanded on what mastered what Jupiter expanded 2021, which expanded every 12 years, the quality of knowledge. One of my favorite examples of this is Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner became a billionaire by monetizing her network. And because Jupiter is in her second, she was able to, of course, she has Venus of beauty products in her 10th house of career. So that's what she was able to use in order to expand on her social media, but not just social media, social network, like collective. This is every Capricorn rising. All right. Every Capricorn rising throughout the last 2 years expanded it. And now that's like your pool. If this pool represented the money you can make, expanding. And now Saturn is pouring cement on what was expanded. So this represents a much strengthened quality of your self-esteem and what you know and the value of what you know. So now Saturn in the third house is mastering the attitude to express directly and indirectly what you know. Now, I don't want to sugarcoat this though. This is supernatural, psychic, reality warping potential, because Neptune is. If Neptune wasn't here, we can make it more practical. But Poseidon is back in its sign. So like Scorpios can control people's. Scorpio, I'm sorry, I'm snitching. I'm gonna snitch. Scorpio be mind controlling you. You probably don't know. Scorpio is probably mind controlling. Like anything that you ever did to where if you ever did something, by the way, and like a Scorpio magically appears, like, wow, you text me at just the right time, or wow, I just met you. They mind control you. I'm sorry, I'm snitching. Okay. Scorpio can literally just think about someone and then they're going to do what they think they want them to do. Sammy Ingram makes videos about this all the time. She's told you people are easy to control. I was like, damn, Scorpio, okay, all right. And see, now I'm snitching. So this is where if Scorpio is mind controlling, Capricorn is playing the director. Capricorn is the director in the play. They're backstage personnel. They're saying, you move this, like they're moving the character. So Capricorn is literally directing people's lives. Okay, it's the extension of Scorpio. And the reason why this is very powerful is with great power comes great responsibility. The Pluto awakening in Capricorn broke open the crown chakra crystallization of the responsibility that comes with being a collective director, where Capricorns were starting to see, like, think about Jeff Bezos. Think about how many people Jeff Bezos indirectly affects just by owning Amazon. This is that collective responsibility where he's able to monetize the extensive network that, remember, Capricorn is that proverbial archetype of also starting from the bottom and going up every level. So Jeff Bezos didn't get any exceptional amount of money inherited to him. He had to start off from the bottom himself. Even if he wasn't dead broke, he had to start from a basic level. And then, of course, he grew that. That's the maturity that comes through Capricorn, which manifests the quality of an increasing network. So this coming through the third house, by the time we finish out in the third house, and this goes into Aries, by 2025, you're thinking about coffee and someone is handing you coffee. And that's redundant to say because you do that now already. So it's like the imagination that you want to think that you're downloading imagination software to now really master the enhancement of your own ability to master your attitude and control. This is very important because elements of control and being able to manipulate matter like this are what we're usually told to release and not try to control. But you at your level are really being drawn to have responsibility over this because you're so fucking powerful. So you don't really have that luxury. You kind of have to really mind your moods because subconsciously, this is putting you in a position to, I don't want to really say manifest, but create this in your reality. So, what we're going to see is every September and March over the next 2 years, there are going to be adjustment periods that account for showing you the causality behind your imagination and what happens in reality. Once we step into March, we're going to initially activate this cycle because last year, the cycle started at the end of your second house in Aquarius to download the knowledge of this application of reality warping. So March, and then once we get into June and December, these are also mini periods that account for the shifting of seeing this. In other words, every September for 2024 and 2025 is going to show you what really happens every time you imagine something, so you can adjust your philosophy of how well your reality warping works, which relative to the quality of your mindset will greatly influence. And every time we come back to Pisces, this is you coming into more of imaginative concepts you can test through Gemini season to engineer into your brain, and then of course through your habits test through September. So that's just what it is. You don't have to believe that. That's just what it is. And Capricorn season is having you move in that direction as you have been awakening since 2008. But that 29-degree conjunction at the 20th will complete this. By the time we come back next year, you're done. And you're going to begin to awaken everything that you have basically gathered relative to this collective humanitarianism quality or the network you've built. All right. If we take into context this 12th house perspective that is making obsolete old visions of how you used to live your lifestyle, this is going to transcend your belief in who you see yourself to be as a collective figure and as the director of consciousness, but also being able to establish where you want to activate your integration of your own authenticity and where you feel home directing this authenticity. This is where the South Node is unlocking success for you. This is the checkpoint. In October, you have sown the seeds to activate and release an old direction of where you took your career, because what you did over the past 10 years, you don't need to do anymore, right? For some of you, you're not in school anymore. So what you had to do the past 10 years as a student, you're not going to have to do as someone who is now employed with your degree. And this is going to set up the success of that for the next 10 years so that you can come into a new cycle of success. It is allocating now a need for authentic home spaces, also opening up real estate opportunities to direct this new change of your career and to unlock old career success to facilitate this. And now Capricorn is the beginning of integrating this. You are seeing those seeds break through the ground relative to how you show up and express yourself. And that's going to harvest in April, where that eclipse will, of course, initiate a new authentic direction with which now you can allocate this success and apply it towards where you want to move forward to. That was a mouthful. All the energy that will go, or all the planets that will transit coming into, of course, Capricorn, will establish your brain, your desire, and actions towards how you relaunch the activation of you and directing your character and integrity as a leader, as a director. And this is going to set up the activation through Aquarius and Pisces, where you're going to activate your identity, your values of knowledge, and of course, what you want to do with it through Pisces to prepare for this secret hidden mission. Okay. What you'll find is that with this final awakening, you are activating the final level of power that you have been working towards purging since 2008, so that you can continue to awaken others and now manifest the quality and place in humanity that you are meant to, of course, whether as a villain or as a hero or anywhere in between, because I don't believe in heroes or villains, but whether as an antagonist or a protagonist, you are meant to actually activate. It's not going to stop people from calling you a villain or a hero. So that's why I have to say as a hero or a villain. But yes, all right, perfect. Uranus and Jupiter in your fifth is innovating the creativity of how much money you make. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I wanted to get creative with the word. This is money. This is physical money. This is physical assets, and allocating those assets, maybe digitizing your assets. This is gonna make so much fucking money. By the time you come into May, and that's what's very important for February. It's going to really help you know what you want to do with this money. And then if we look at that as operational income or pooled creativity, it's also innovating your ability to produce as well. So that's also really dope. But yeah, just definitely be mindful of that. Certain innovative qualities of your creativity will fly over people's heads and under their nose. So they'll think that you're delusional when you're a genius. You're ahead of your time. And the only sin you've made is just being too smart from people who can't think outside the box. Oh, well. I hope you enjoyed this, Capricorn. Let me actually pull your birthday message and cards. We do have, of course, the devil card coming out again, impulse, control. So you're overcoming control issues. And I don't think you have control issues. This could be people who you deal with who have control issues, but any issues that may arise relative to facets of your unconscious that control you, you're going to be born again and you will regain full control. And that's a process that's been happening for everyone over 2008. This is the final level of that. So we do have, of course, control. No, because some people think that tarot is bullshit. Some people really think that I'm just pulling cards. Like I'm not an ancient Egyptian pharaoh who believes in the heart of the card. Like y'all need to like stop. Like some people think that this is just bullshit. Control has come up again. So you are literally through your frontal lobe establishing full on control. While thoughts flow like bursting rivers, the frontal lobe exerts control, Emperor, and inhibition to regulate them and allow for humanness to emerge. We really do magic here every day. Shout out to Infinity Gang. We've been out here. So that's the main lesson here. You're establishing the direction with which you organize everything that you have evolved successfully. And this will establish a new direction of control that you will inhibit and establish in March. So you're activating that. The bonus cards we have for your choices. So this is victory. You have the choice over what kind of victory. Basically, Capricorn, you're getting ready to shit on everyone again, kind of like Sagittarius. But the only difference between Sagittarius and Capricorn is Capricorn organizes the way they shit on everyone. They're not just going to be wildfire with it like Sag, like I'm just shitting on everyone. Capricorn's like, we're going to shit on people here. Okay, then we're going to go over here. We're going to shit on everyone here. All right, then we're going to go over here and we're going to shit on everyone here. So, you know, that's beautiful. You get to choose like how you get to do this. This is very beautiful because that control you establish will enable you to move forward very victoriously. And of course, we do have bonding. So we got the Emperor card, the Chariot card of victory, and the Lovers card. 6. Okay, this could also be love for what you do passionately, but it could be romance and sex. Hypothalamus. Regions of the hypothalamus wait for oxytocin signals that have been associated with bonding and love, be it maternal, paternal, or with a mate. Beautiful. Progressed Capricorn, you Sagittarius who've progressed into Capricorn, this is you too. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. This was a very successful Earth sign transit. Oh, yes. You know how we do. And you know how we do. Okay. You guys stay blessed as always. And until next time.